How is a divorced or separated parent expected to conduct proper pickup and drop-offs of the children when the judge ordered shared custody without specifying the pickup and drop-off times or locations? What can I do when the other parent refuses to cooperate or follow the schedule by invoking a lack of these sorts of pickup or drop-off times and locations? Those are good questions, and I'll describe for you what I think all of your possibilities are. Number one, can't you and the other parent work out a schedule by agreement between the two of you? I realize your ex may be difficult, but you and the other parent aren't the first divorced or separated parents. Pickup and drop-off schedules aren't rocket science. You should be able to work out a schedule and system that works for parents and children alike without anyone being unduly inconvenienced or burdened. It should not be difficult to figure out a schedule that on its face is fair and that works for you and the other parent and children. If you're struggling to figure it out, and there could be legitimate times when that arises, there are plenty of adults who are or were divorced or separated as parents, or who were children of divorced or separated parents, all of whom follow or followed a child custody pickup and drop-off schedule. You likely know at least one or two such parents or people, and you can ask them for ideas that work and ask about schedules or techniques that do not work. It would be silly for you and the other parent to keep fighting and disagreeing over a pickup and drop-off schedule and location or locations and process, and then to go back to court over such a thing when it is, in the overwhelming majority of cases, obvious what needs to be put in place and what can be put in place to implement a workable, fair pickup and drop-off time location process. Number two, if you can't or don't want to agree upon a schedule with your ex, it may be that in your jurisdiction there is already in place a statute or court rule that governs pickup and drop-off schedules and locations by default if a specific pickup and drop-off schedule is not laid out in your court orders themselves. So check to see if that's the case with your situation. If there is no default pickup and drop-off schedule, is there a provision in your court orders or in the rules of court or the law that requires you and your ex to try to resolve any dispute over the issue through ADR, that's alternative dispute resolution, which usually means mediation but could mean arbitration or consulting a counselor or a therapist or a special master or parent coordinator, etc. May be required of you to go before one of them and try to work out the case by agreement before you can take up the matter with the court for resolution. You'll want to make sure before you file any motion or petition with the court, because if you move or petition prematurely, i.e. without having gone through the ADR process, if ADR is required, you could be sanctioned, and at the very least, your motion or petition may be denied or delayed until you complete the ADR process. Finally, if there is no default schedule and there is no ADR process required of you, then your only remaining option is to move or petition the court, depending upon which process your jurisdiction requires, to impose a pickup and drop-off schedule by court order and to include in that order the consequences and penalties for failing to comply with that schedule.